Did you know that? Sorry about that. I had a text message. Now, as I was saying, sorry, one second. I honestly apologize for this. It's just really important. Okay, sorry. Now, back to last time. Sorry for that. I'm sure you guys all found that little demonstration a little, shall we say, annoying. But the fact of the matter is, everyone else around you finds the exact same thing. They find that whenever you stop and text in the middle of what they're trying to say and zone out, they find it extremely annoying, just like you guys all find it. I will be discussing how texting affects your life socially, educationally, and how it impacts the lives of those around you. First thing I will be discussing is how texting affects your life educationally. As was previously just demonstrated, texting is a huge distraction. This holds significant truth in the educational setting. All around the world, every day, as kids go to class, teachers encounter this problem as they try and teach their lessons. Even though rules are set down, teenagers just don't seem to want to follow these school rules. Now implemented in practically every school across the United States is the no electronic device rule. This rule states that between the school hours, there are no electronic devices allowed to be used, including cell phones. To prevent this problem from even occurring, some schools have attempted to solve this blatant disobedience by installing a cell phone blocking surface within the school. While some adventurous individuals may attempt to stick their arm out the window and text to receive service, the vast majority of these students will never have this opportunity, primarily because their desk is in the middle of the table, is in the middle of the room and not next to the window. So, the goal, for the most part, is accomplished, but at what cost? Valuable money that is wasted on the cell phone blocking system could be spent in a variety of other educational opportunities for the school, such as new sporting equipment or a new computer lab. Second thing I will be discussing is how text messages affects your social life, both your relationships and how it decreases your extrovertedness and makes you more lonely. Donna and Fraser Reed of the University of Plymouth conducted several scientific studies on the social and the psychological effects of text messaging. They found that people who text frequently are likely to be found more lonely and socially anxious. They also tend to reveal their true selves less and less in face-to-face encounters, talking, and more over a text message. In a New York Times article entitled "This Kid's a Text Maniac" by Susan Callahan, it states that the average number of texts for a teenager per month is 1,742. If we allot about 2 to 3 minutes for each text, meaning they receive the text, they read the text, they think of a reply, they type it in, and they send it back, that equals between 3,000 and 5,500 minutes a month, which is equivalent to 90 hours or about 4 straight days of time, with it, not including sleep. Just think of the possibilities that you could do with 4 straight days of time with no sleep. Think of the many talents that you could develop, that homework that you could get caught up in. The possibilities are truly endless. The third thing I will be discussing is how text messaging affects and impacts the lives of those around you. Teens have increased tendencies to text into the wee hours of the morning and actually find it exciting and adrenaline rushing. In the words of one teenager that were published on the website Government Technology in an article entitled "Social Impact, Teens Text Messaging Friends into the Wee Hours" by Stephanie Dunnywind, she finds that one teenager quotes, It is way more fun than sleeping. How exciting! Everyone is asleep and nobody knows that we're getting away with stuff. And everyone knows how dangerous a sleepy driver is behind the wheel, let alone a drowsy teenager with minimum driving experience and aggressive driving tendencies. And the consequences of texting include far more than just losing some sleep. The American Automobile Association found that 46%, nearly half of all teenagers in the world, admit to being distracted behind the wheel due to texting. And let's think about texting. At least with a cell phone call, your phone's up here and you're able to scan the road. With a text message, you're constantly glancing down and at the road, decreasing the amount of visibility that you have as you drive. So it's a double whammy. Not only do that many teenagers admit to being distracted behind the wheel, but how many of them are likely to be sleep deprived as well. Once again, you can see just how distracting text messaging can be. It has a profound effect on the amount and the quality of learning that can take place in a school and is very costly. It affects the social lives of each person, sucking away precious time that could be spent developing lasting relationships. And lastly, it can have disastrous consequences that can affect the lives of much more than just the texter itself. So I'd like to challenge each of you so that the next time your cell phone beeps or vibrates, stop, think about how important that text is to you. Is it really that important? Consider all the things that you could be doing with that time. Yes, it may be just 2 or 3 minutes, but as I've just demonstrated, over a whole month, 4 straight days of time, and maybe, just maybe, let it go and don't answer it.